Good morning. I am Vinod Kumar Viatrari. Welcome to Vinod's English. Today I'm going to speak about Part C reading task of OET examination. In Part C, you have two long texts which contain approximately 800 words, and you have a total of 16 questions, 8 each for each text. Here you need a deeper understanding and comprehension of given passage, its meaning, its collective meaning, its meaning in different kinds. To some extent, I can say that each and every statement is very, very important, and each and every paragraph is important. The main idea of the paragraph and the subsidiary ideas of the paragraph, all the paragraphs are very, very important. We understand very, very neatly that we need to know the collective meaning of each and every paragraph. Why? Because it itself has an importance in reading tasks, not only limited to Part C, for Part B as well as Part A also. Understand that in Part C, you have four choice, multiple choice questions. And as I said already, there are 16 questions in total. There are different strategies which you can actually adopt and you can actually follow. We will discuss all those strategies to address the problems that you have in finding a suitable and appropriate answer, and also it helps you to land successfully by scoring 16 out of 16. Before we analyze every minor details of Part C, let me say that most of the times Part C questions and answers are arranged in a passage order. That means for one text, one question. Not always. There are times you have the question. For example, in paragraph 5, dash refers to dash. Whatever it may be. You have a specific question like that. In paragraph 3, the term dash signifies or refers to or means dash. What does it mean? A particular paragraph is mentioned in the question itself. At that time, you can actually understand and actually calculate and also assume the passage order very clearly. Let me say, all the answers are in passage order, and there is a question corresponding to each paragraph. There are usually 7 to 8 paragraphs in one text, and in both texts you have sometimes 16 paragraphs, and altogether 16 questions also. As I said already, it requires you to read between the lines. Almost all the ideas, or sometimes majority of the ideas, are implicit, not explicit, unlike in Part B and Part A. Part C contains questions that require you to analyze the statement and collective meaning of the paragraphs. So questions as well as answers are of implicit nature, not explicit nature. You need to read between the lines and gauge the understanding of the passage, the meaning of each and every statement. Particularly understand that writers' opinions, attitudes, and suggestions and recommendations are mainly focused in Part C. Now let me tell you one strategy that you can follow. When you try to attempt Part C, you have to read the passage first, where you can apply skimming and scanning strategies, scale of prediction, and also intensive reading. Many people feel that skimming Part C is not really beneficial, but you need to. Skimming can be done in different ways. Reading the first para, reading the last para, reading the first 2 lines of every paragraph and last 1 line of every paragraph, and underlining the keywords in the passage randomly, rapidly. So you can do that. It doesn't mean that it gives you an extra edge, but it is an added advantage. I don't always recommend that you need to skim, as the term skim means reading the passage or the given text quite quickly to find out the general meaning of that passage. As I have already stated, we need to know the correct and proper idea of each and every paragraph. In that sense, skimming may not really be useful, but it is one of the strategies that you need to apply and try. First of all, understand, the first tip that I need to give you, instead of moving to the questions and options, read the text first. Understand the main idea of each and every paragraph. See whether there are bold words in italics or bold words which actually require special attention. Don't forget one simple fact that one text corresponds to one question. After reading the text, you need to read the question and see whether you can eliminate the possible two wrong options. As I said, there are four multiple choices. Four multiple choices there in one question. For one stem, you have four multiple choices and options. Universally, if there are four multiple choices, two of them are obviously wrong, which you need to eliminate in the first reading itself. That's what your skill. And they need to come between a fight that happens between a distractor and the right answer. So first, reading the text is very important instead of moving to question and options. Then you need to the question and underline the keywords also. Always underlining a keyword may not be useful and beneficial, but it helps you to save the time and understand the subject matter better. So let me repeat, read the text first, then go to the question next. Underline the keywords. See whether you can eliminate two possible wrong options from the four options given. And give a time to think which exactly is a distractor and the right answer. Well, most of the people are able to eliminate two obviously wrong options first, and if they do so, they should physically underline and strike off those two options by using the pencil. And you need to compare the remaining options, I mean the distractor, whatever it may be, you cannot actually fix which one is the distractor, and the right option, again, which you cannot actually fix yourself. And compare that options with that of the given paragraph. And don't forget the fact that the answers are in passage order. So this is one way that you can try. Thank you very much.